Day 108. Excuse me. Get myself together. Day 108. 5 tips to staying positive when things get difficult. You know, it's been a roller coaster. I write my affirmations down, but it's been a roller coaster every day. Sometimes a roller coaster throughout the day, sometimes a roller coaster during the week. But I try to stay positive as much as possible. I don't have like blind optimism, but I know if I keep putting in work and I do stay positive, then things will all work out. That's my motto. It'll all work out. Um, and even I've noticed when you're going through the negative things, like sometimes those negative things are stopping you from something else happening or coming out of what you think is negative. You could be put in a situation, let's say you get a flat in your tire, right? We all know the whole, oh, that flat might have saved you from getting in an accident. All right, cool, whatever. But it doesn't always have to stop you from a disaster. It can also put you in a position where you can meet somebody. Let's say, man or woman, you've been wanting to meet someone, you know, and you get a flat. So now you at the shop getting your tire fixed, and in comes, or they already there, a person that you end up talking to, and you end up hitting it off. You know what I mean? And because you never know where you'll find love, right? And this is not my story, so I'm just giving you an example. But you'll never know where you'll find love. Or I could be sitting down waiting, and the person next to me is a business person that I need to know. I need to network with, and I don't even know that until I get there. And where I'm thinking, man, I got to spend money on these tires. This person next to me is a person that I need to know, and they can eventually help, you know, 2 or 3x my money, right? That might be a lot, but they can help me with something. They could give me a gem. They could really take me to the next level. So you never know when you're going through something how it's going to balance out. But I always say that everything in life is in balance, right? So you're going to it's got to balance out. If it's just all bad all the time, then that means that you really got to reprogram how you think it. Try to focus on the good. So focusing on the things you can control is a major way to stay positive. Just focus on what you can control. So if a situation like a tire blows out or something, all right, well, what can you control in this situation? You and how can you make it worth, like, how can you make it enjoyable? I know it's not enjoyable, right? But you can make it enjoyable by saying, yo, I found a tire. I was able to go to the spot and I ain't gonna say run game, but just be charismatic, and I was able to get a whole discount of whatever. You needed a few tires, and you got $100 off. Make it, try to find the good in it. If you can find the good in it, even if it's just something that you enjoyed, like, yo, I was able to go in there and they was telling me the tire was going to cost 200, and I got them down to 150, or I got them down to 125. When you have that mindset, you'll start finding that more positive things will come back to you, and it'll start coming more instant. So that happens, but yet you come across a job that might pay you $300, and you just offset the price of the tire. Or you had a job, and for some odd reason you end up getting a little bonus. I'm just throwing out random things, but these things do happen. It does happen. you know so you never know how you can turn something negative into something positive. So practicing gratitude for those situations. um if you are feeling like really down and negative about something, talk to somebody. Don't talk to the person that irritates you with their optimism though. So, because I have a problem with that. Like some people that just like, oh, it's just all it's gonna be good. Like and it's like I don't necessarily need you to be overly optimistic at the time. I need you to be realistic, and then you can go to optimism. You know what I'm saying? Well, all right, well, let's see what we could do. Like how can we, help me brainstorm? How can we do whatever? But just yo, it's gonna work out, yo. You're gonna be good. Like, trust me. And I'm about to lose my crib. That's the last thing I want to hear. It's all gonna be good. Trust me. Like, why? Nothing right now is showing you that it's gonna be good. I'm about to lose my crib. You know what I'm saying? And you telling me it's all gonna be good. That can irritate some people. So choose who you talk to when you go into that person. Choose wisely, because you don't want them to put you in a more negative mindset because they're pissing you off, because they just overly optimistic, or they just say every cliche thing. That's what they do. They say all the cliche shit, and that cliche thing sometimes really piss you off. If you're feeling real negative, get active. Don't sit down and just wallow in your thoughts. Like sometimes you got to move, go exercise. I'm gonna read one of these comments on the live. It says, focus on what you can control is key in life. So many people get upset before they know the full story. You have to be able to adapt in life. That's true. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people do get upset without knowing the full story. And then they end up realizing and then it's crazy, they get upset before they know the full story, find out the full story, and then stay in that place of anger. You're staying in a place of anger for no reason. You know what I mean? Because you feel like you got to double down on it. No, you can get out of it now. You don't have to be angry anymore. Now that you got the full story and you realize, oh shit, get out of it. Don't stay there, because you're just gonna keep attracting whatever negative energy that you just received. But yeah, staying active. Go exercise, go for a walk. Going for a walk could help. Yeah, you probably be thinking about it, but you also be clearing your thoughts. Be out there with nature. If you can, go to the gym. I know I used to struggle when I was super stressed going to the gym because it would mess up my workout. But now I've been able to reprogram myself where even when I am stressed, I force myself to go to the gym. And then I just try to I know a lot of people in the gym too, so sometimes I can have a little bit of conversation and it'll distract me. And then I start working out. And then next thing you know, I feel a lot better. And there's been times where that happened, and then I leave the gym and then everything ends up working out in my favor. I come up with a strategy or a solution, and then things end up working out, right? So that happens as well. So stay active. If you can, exercise, go play basketball. If you like to dance, do something, because you need to distract yourself temporarily, but not with drinking or anything. You need something that's gonna boost your spirits. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't know too many people to go to the gym, work out when they really didn't feel like working out, and be like, man, I shouldn't have went to the gym. Usually when you go to the gym, even if, or whatever the activity is, you're usually going to feel better. Like, man, I'm glad I did that. Even though you got the stress, you got whatever thing that's going on, you're still going to feel better that you at least got that out the way. And, understand that a lot of times it's just going to be temporary, even when it is hard. Most of the time it's going to be temporary. I ain't gonna say all the time, because there's some things that's not going to be temporary. If you find out you got some terminal shit, it might not be temporary. But most things are going to be temporary, no matter how hard, no matter how long it may seem. It'll be longer if you don't find a way to reprogram your mind, your subconscious during that time. And like I said, as long as you can reprogram the subconscious, it'll figure out the answers. It has infinite knowledge. Or if you're a religious person, you pray. It's all the same, regardless. It's all coming back to the same thing, which is the internal, reprogramming yourself. So yeah, hope that helps. It's 5 tips to staying positive during hard times. Till next video, peace.